Two people hear the exact same harsh comment in the exact same room. One explodes instantly, voice rising, face flushed, already regretting it before the sentence even finishes. The other simply sits with it for a moment, steady, unbothered, and responds calmly a few seconds later. Same trigger. Same words. Two completely different inner worlds reacting to them. That difference has a name, and it isn't personality or luck. It's something trainable, something measurable, something that quietly separates people who struggle constantly from people who move through life with real ease. Emotional intelligence isn't some rare personality trait a handful of people were simply born with while everyone else missed out. It's a set of specific, observable habits, quiet skills running underneath ordinary behavior, largely invisible unless you actually know what to look for. Some people practice these habits daily without ever naming them. Others never learn them at all, and wonder why relationships keep breaking the same way. Here are the real signs, the ones that actually separate emotionally intelligent people from everyone else around them. Emotionally intelligent people can actually name what they're feeling, specifically, instead of defaulting to a vague word like fine or stressed. Not just angry, but hurt underneath the anger. Not just tired, but quietly overwhelmed by too many small things stacking up unnoticed. This precision matters more than it seems. You genuinely cannot manage a feeling you cannot accurately name in the first place. Vague emotions stay tangled and confusing. Named emotions become something you can actually examine, understand, and eventually respond to with real intention instead of blind reaction. They notice the physical signals long before the emotion fully arrives in conscious thought. The tight chest before real anger surfaces. The clenched jaw before frustration actually speaks out loud. The shallow breathing before anxiety fully takes over the mind. This early detection buys something incredibly valuable, a few extra seconds of genuine choice, right before the reaction would have otherwise taken complete control on its own. People without this awareness feel blindsided by their own emotions constantly. People with it feel the wave coming from a distance, and prepare calmly. They listen to actually understand, not simply to wait for their own turn to speak next. No mentally drafting a response while the other person is still mid-sentence. No jumping straight to advice before the story is even finished. Just genuine presence, full attention, real curiosity about what the other person is actually experiencing right now. This single habit alone makes people feel unusually understood around emotionally intelligent individuals, because most conversations in daily life are really just two people quietly waiting for their own chance to talk. They pick up on what isn't actually being said out loud, the forced smile that doesn't quite reach the eyes, the slightly clipped tone hiding real frustration underneath, the sudden quietness from someone who's normally talkative in the room. Most people miss these small signals entirely, moving straight past them without a second thought. Emotionally intelligent people notice, quietly check in without making it awkward, and often catch a real problem hours or even days before it would have otherwise turned into something much bigger. They can actually hear hard feedback without immediately becoming defensive, without interrupting to explain themselves, without quietly shutting down halfway through the conversation. This doesn't mean criticism doesn't sting at all, it genuinely still does, every single time, for everyone. It means the sting doesn't automatically hijack the entire response. There's a pause first, a real moment to actually consider whether the feedback holds any truth worth examining, before deciding how to respond to the person who offered it. Later, alone, they actually sit with what was said instead of immediately dismissing it or spiraling into shame about it. People around them consistently feel safer, lighter, more genuinely themselves, without always being able to explain exactly why. It's rarely one dramatic moment that creates this feeling. It's the steady accumulation of dozens of small habits, the pause before reacting, the real listening, the honest apology, the calm boundary, all quietly stack together over time. None of these signs require perfection, and nobody does all of them flawlessly, every single time, without exception. They simply practice consistently, and get noticeably better at it with every passing year. None of this is fixed permanently at birth, no matter what anyone might have told you growing up. Every single sign covered here is a skill, built deliberately through repeated small choices, not some rare gift only certain lucky people happen to receive. Start with just one, the pause, the honest apology, the real listening, whichever feels hardest right now. Practice it consistently. The rest genuinely follows in time, one deliberate choice at a time, until it simply becomes who you actually are.